Where did you go? Where are you? There you are. Oh my goodness, look at you. You are so cute. Yeah, really so cute. I love him. If you're ever considering like getting a dog, I would highly recommend getting a Sheltie. Shelties are probably one of the most intelligent dogs, and he is so well-mannered and polite. He can read and write. So I'm gonna start the question and answer video. Obviously I can't answer all the questions, but I'm gonna kind of start at the beginning. I'm sorry, but I can't answer the questions that are really long, that would like require an actual whole, possibly 10-minute video to give my opinion on. But I'll do the simple ones. You know, it's funny. Somebody turned my own question around on me that I asked TJ about objectivity, and I didn't want to answer it because, well, let's start with Byron and 5. Are you planning to sing or perform live? Why, yes, I am. I think I'm going to develop my voice a little more first. I don't have any formal training, so I'm going to take a singing class this spring, and hopefully they will teach me some really good breathing techniques and ways of controlling my voice, because I pretty much know when I do something wrong. It's not that I don't know that I'm doing it wrong, it's that I can't quite get that level of control yet. So you know, practice and lessons I think will be really beneficial, and then hopefully something more will come of that. So I will keep you guys posted. Rev Joshua wants to know, what are my other passions besides music? Well, I actually have a lot of passions. They're mostly like quote-unquote right brain related. You know, creativity actually is not localized to the right brain. It actually just happens like all over the brain. And scientists are still trying to figure out, you know, exactly how creativity works. But you understand what I'm saying when I say I like right brain related activities. I like doing art, any kind of art, and you get the idea. And I also like writing a lot. And as you might imagine, I like reading as well. And I like hiking. That's not right brain related, but it's fun. And my new interest is sailing. And what else? Yeah. Steve2323ZX wants to know if I believe in consciousness after death. I don't see why. This is not to say that I'm ruling it out. I'm a pretty strict agnostic. I'm very passionate about my agnosticism, and I am firmly on the fence on this matter. Consciousness after death, I don't think it's likely. I don't think there's any proof for it. I believe that consciousness results from activity in the brain, and the way that the brain interacts with the body, and the way the body interacts with the external environment. And I think that is how consciousness happens. Which reminds me of a really interesting theory called distributed cognition, which doesn't have anything to do with consciousness after death, but it does have to do with the way that we actually cut down on the work we have to do, we cut down on the thinking we have to do by actually thinking as we go and thinking as we interact. And they did a study on Tetris, and the theory is called distributed cognition. So I encourage you to look that up. I'm sorry it doesn't have anything to do with that question, but it did remind me. It was very interesting. I guess I have to share my thoughts on the Occupy movement because it was upvoted by 19 people. Well, let me just say now that I am not big into politics. I know I should be. I feel guilty about it, but they just don't interest me. So, I do feel a little uncomfortable making a statement about that because I feel like I don't have all the facts. And though I have read about it, I know that there are so many different factors to consider. But I will say that I admire that a group of people would get together and protest what is clearly a dire situation. There is that complaint that the Occupy people don't have a clear message, and that is definitely a problem if they do, as an independent body, that is a problem if they, as an independent body, want to get something done as opposed to influencing other people to get something done. Because all of the different issues are now diluting the cause. And I guess another complaint is that they don't actually have solutions, and they're just complaining. But I don't think that this is really a valid criticism, or at least not a major one, because they're not the ones in power. It's like people coming onto my channel and, you know, saying, "You're not a professor. How dare you make philosophy videos?" Even though, you know, I admit that I'm not an expert. I don't think that the Occupy Wall Street people have to be an expert or have to have a solution to voice their discontent. And a lot of them have very educated and insightful messages. You know, they're really not a bunch of hippies like some people think. So, Pen Cap Chew Draw wants to know what's my top 10, what's the most underappreciated singer. Well, I think that I just have to give a shout out to this girl called Jacqueline Stem. And I heard about her, I don't know, 3 years ago, and I was just blown away by her voice. There's really nothing like it. I can't think of any singers that have a voice like hers. What did I study in college? Carolice. Carol is 6'8", sorry if I'm saying that wrong. What did I study in college? What do I do career-wise? Smiley face. I studied film and neuroscience. I feel like I'm living in a zoo.